Have you ever felt like your soul is shattering into pieces, like you're carrying the weight of a pain so deep it feels impossible to explain? That's what complex PTSD feels like. It's not just a mental struggle, it's a spiritual one too. But what if I told you that there's a way to begin piecing yourself back together, to find meaning in the chaos and reconnect with someone greater than yourself? Today we're going to dive into the profound wisdom of Rudolf Steiner, a man who believed that even in our darkest moments we can find strength to heal and transform. Let's explore how his teachings can help us reclaim our wholeness. I'm Roach, Mark Roach, and welcome to Transcendent, my YouTube channel where I share my life journey through the lens of dealing with complex PTSD. Today I want to explore something profound: how the teachings of Rudolf Steiner, a philosopher and spiritual scientist, can help us understand and recover from deep wounds of complex PTSD. Steiner's insights into the hidden aspects of human existence, our soul, spirit, and connection to cosmic forces offer a transformative perspective on healing. This isn't just about coping. It's about reclaiming our wholeness as human beings. Rudolf Steiner believed that much of what defines human life lies hidden beneath the surface. He once said that the most valuable aspects of our humanity are veiled behind layers of unconsciousness. This is particularly relevant for those of us navigating complex PTSD, a condition rooted in trauma that fragments our sense of self. When trauma occurs, it disrupts our connection to what Steiner called the I, our spiritual individuality. This fragmentation mirrors what Steiner described in his lectures on sleep. During sleep, our soul detaches from the physical body and experiences a sense of being scattered into many parts. For those with c-ptsd, this fragmentation can feel constant, even during waking life. But Steiner also taught that through spiritual work, what he called self-conquering, we can rebuild our inner coherence and reclaim our dignity as human beings. Steiner's perspectives on trauma is really revolutionary. He viewed it not merely as a psychology or a physical event, but as a spiritual disruption. In his anthroposophical approach to psychotherapy, he emphasized what trauma often reflects. That's the struggle of the spirit to fully inhabit the body. This resonates deeply with those of us who feel disconnected from ourselves after enduring prolonged trauma. Steiner identified 3 stages of trauma based on human development. Trauma in early childhood, that disrupts our foundational sense of safety. Trauma during social development creates emotional extremes and instability. Trauma in adolescence fosters self-preoccupation and isolation. These stages align with how c-ptsd manifests through hypervigilance, emotional dysregulation, and a fractured sense of identity. Yet Steiner reminds those of us with challenges that these challenges are not insurmountable. They are opportunities for spiritual growth. One of Steiner's most fascinating insights is his description of sleep as a nightly journey into the spiritual world. He explained that during sleep, we leave behind our physical body and enter an etheric realm where we reconnect with cosmic forces. However, this process is not without its challenges. Steiner described these phases of sleep: etheric prelude, a state of anxiety and longing for divine connection. 2, a planetary reflection, a fragmented experience where we encounter astral replicas of planetary movements. And 3, a fixed star experience, a deeper connection to cosmic order that strengthens our soul. For those of us with c-ptsd, disruptive sleep often mirrors these struggles. A restless yearning for safety, phase 1, fragmented dreams, phase 2, and difficulty accessing deeper rest, phase 3. Steiner's teachings suggest that by cultivating spiritual practices like meditation or prayer before sleep, we can consciously engage with these phases and restore balance to our inner world. Steiner emphasized the importance of developing what he called the I consciousness, a strong sense of self that anchors us amidst life's changes. For those recovering from c-ptsd, this is essential. Trauma fragments our I, our sense of ourself, leaving us feeling lost or disconnected from ourselves. Steiner proposed several practices to strengthen this connection. Meditation, which is a focused exercise to cultivate inner stillness and clarity. Then subsidiary exercises like simple daily rituals to build rhythm and concentration in life. And then positivity practices, training ourselves to find light, even in darkness. These practices aren't just theoretical, they're tools for rebuilding our inner continuity. As Steiner explained, when we strengthen our I, we counteract fragmentation and foster resilience against mental illness. One of Steiner's most profound contributions is his view that human life is deeply interconnected with cosmic forces. He believed that every night during sleep and ultimately between death and rebirth, we traverse realms shaped by planetary movements and star constellations. These experiences imprint on our soul and influence our physical existence. The moon governs cycles like birth, death, and renewal. It guides us back to physical existence after sleep or between lifetimes. The planets influence different aspects of our inner life. Mars fosters courage, Venus inspires love, Saturn teaches discipline. Steiner taught that reconnecting with these cosmic rhythms can help us heal from trauma by restoring harmony between body, soul, and spirit. Central to Steiner's philosophy is what he called the mystery of Golgotha, the death and resurrection of Christ as a cosmic event that transformed humanity's relationship with the spiritual world. Whether or not you identify as a Christian, this idea has universal significance. Steiner believed that Christ represents the highest stage of human evolution, a force that helps us overcome fragmentation and reclaim wholeness. By embracing the Christ impulse, what St. Paul described as not I, but Christ in me, we gain the strength to confront our pain and transform it into wisdom. For those recovering from c-ptsd, this means finding a source of inner light, a guiding presence that helps us navigate the darkness within ourselves. Let's bring this down to earth. How can we apply Steiner's teachings to recover from complex PTSD? Well, here's some practical steps. Cultivate daily rhythms. Trauma disrupts our sense of time. Creating consistent routines helps us ground us in the present moment. Engage in spiritual practices. Meditation, prayer, or artistic expression can help us reconnect with our inner self. Seeking meaning in suffering. As Steiner taught, pain often carries hidden wisdom. By reflecting on its lessons, we can grow stronger. Reconnect with nature. Spend time outdoors. Observe the rhythms of the natural world as they mirror the cosmic rhythms within us. Build community. Healing happens in relationships. Find support among those who understand your journey. Remember, recovery isn't about easing pain. It's about integrating it into the larger story of growth and transformation. Well, as I mentioned, I'm Roach, Mark Roach, and this has been a Transcendent video where I share my journey through complex PTSD. And Rudolf Steiner once said that true human dignity arises when we wrestle with life's challenges, not by avoiding them, but by transforming them through spirit and soul activity. For those recovering from complex PTSD, his teachings remind us that healing is possible, not just on a psychological level, but on a spiritual one as well. If this resonates with you, or if you have your own experiences to share, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the connection or comments below. Let's continue this conversation about how we can transcend trauma together. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're more than your pain. You're part of something vast and beautiful beyond imagination. I'm Mark Roach, wishing you all the best.